everybody. So today we have come up with the next video, a different video on Lagna and Lagna Lord. And we are going to use slide and try to understand what exactly is Lagna Lord. Because if we go to Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, the Rishi Parashar has written various rules about how Lagna Lord in various houses will work for you. For example, Lagna Lord in 5th house, what kind of effects it will give. Lagna Lord is in 12th house, what effects it will give. So today in this video, we will like to understand the basic concept. We are not going to mug up. We will try and understand what are the basic concepts through which we can understand or we can decode the work of Lagna Lord, which will be very fantastic for all of you, I guess. So starting with that, we'll jump to our slide, and this is what I was talking about, that we will try to decode the concept of Lagna Lord. We will try to see the energy of the Lagna Lord and how this whole algorithm works. So before we start, if somebody is new, what is Lagna Lord? So Lagna Lord is the dispositor of your Lagna, or whatever is the first house in your Rashi chart, whatever Rashi is falling in that house, wherever it has gone, that we say is your Lagna Lord. For example, if there is Gemini rising in your Lagna, its Lord is Mercury, and if Mercury has gone into the 5th house, so how we decode it? We say that the Lagna Lord has gone to the 5th house. I hope I'm clear. So with this as a base, we will try to decode the energy of Lagna Lord. First of all, we have to understand that your Lagnesha or Lagna Lord is like Agni. Why it is like Agni? Because it has, what is the Kala Purusha Rashi? In Lagna, in 1st house, it is Mars. So first dispositor is Mars. Whatever is your Lagna, but for Kala Purusha, the first dispositor is Mars. And who is the natural significator of 1st house? The second step. The natural significator for 1st house is Surya, because Sun is the one which governs your health, and Lagna stands for health. So by this we get the first principle to decode the Lagnesha, that Lagnesha has the energy of fire. So wherever your Lagna Lord will go, you will have, in that particular house, you will have lot of energy. You will put in lot of efforts. And we can try it with example. If your Lagna Lord is in Lagna only, for example, you are a Pisces Lagna. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is sitting on in its own house in Lagna. So where is the Agni? Where is the heat? It's on your head. So there is too much Agni in the head. We can say that the person will be intelligent, because again it's a Jupiter in its own house. But at the same time, too much heat, the person can be thinking, okay, I know everything. That is the other part of it. But yes, we can say that if the Lagna Lord is in Lagna, it forms one of the Mahapurush Yoga also. The person is intelligent because too much fire is on the head. The logical mind is working too high. Right? Now, if the Lagna Lord has gone to the 2nd house, so where is the fire? The fire has gone to the house of family, wealth. So the person is, where is his energy? The person will put his energy on earning money. That is a one aspect of it. But along with it, he can have some strained relationship with the family also. Why? Because Lagna Lord to 2nd house is 212 axis. Lagna Lord has gone to the 2nd house, and from 2nd house the Lagna is in the 12th house. So 212 axis is getting activated. So there the person might feel that I am doing everything for my family if the Lagna Lord is in second house, and my family doesn't understand because family Lagna Lord is in 12th to Lagna, right? Lagna Lord is in 12th to Lagna, so person can have issues with the family. You love your family, but from where there only the issues will come. So with this concept, we get the first rule. You can write it down. It will really help you all in decoding it. We get the first rule that wherever your Lagna Lord is sitting, whether it is in second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, you will love that house, but you will also feel too much heat from the same house. For example, if your Lagna Lord is in third house, so you will love your siblings very much because this is the house of siblings, and the Lagna Lord has gone to the siblings house. But at the same time, it makes a Mangal energy. It rises the Mangal energy, so person can be highly energetic, or he can react without thinking much. We can keep that way, right? So with this, the first concept we understand is that wherever the Lagna Lord goes, it carries the energy of Agni. That is why we say when Lagna Lord is in fifth house, the person can lose one of the child. Lagna Lord is in fifth house. See, but the Parashar, if you read Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, in that shloka the Rishi has written that you can lose the first child, right? So with this, of course, it will depend upon malefic and other combinations, but this basic platform he gives us. So with this information in background, we try to decode it. So wherever your Lagna Lord is, that is the Agni house. 2 and 12 houses from your Lagna Lord are the houses where you want to enjoy, you want to wine and dine. So, Lagna is the Agni, wherever Lagna Lord is Agni. Second house is from that is the family wine and dine you want to enjoy from their house. So, you can check, all of you can check in your chart wherever your Lagna Lord is. Second from that is the people whom you want to enjoy your life. If your Lagna Lord is in fifth house, you can you want to you can wine and dine with your servants or with your juniors in your office, or you want to want to enjoy with your pets. There are many people because sixth house is the house of pets who feel very comfortable with the pet. So second house from wherever your Lagna Lord is the house where you will wine, dine, enjoy. Third house from your Lagna Lord is the house of Parakrama, protection. Fourth house from your Lagna Lord is the house of your happiness. That we all know, fourth house is Sukha Bhava, right? Same principle we are applying. The fifth house from your Lagna Lord is your source of power. So if someone has Lagna Lord in third house, where the source of power is coming. See, from a simple logic, you can decode the chart. So the power is coming from 1, 2, 3 spouse. The power is coming from business house. That's why we say when the Lagna Lord is in third house, a person can be very enterprising because the source of power is coming from the seventh house, which is natural seventh house of the zodiac, which is fifth from the third house. So person can be very good in business. Sixth house from where your Lagna Lord is sitting is the house of your weakness. From your problems will come, you can see the downfall, right? Seventh house from wherever your Lagna Lord is your highest desire. This is what you desire, and whatever we desire, we fall in that. We can fall in that house. So we have to be careful. Wherever your Lagna Lord is, seventh from that is your fall. So you should be careful. Eighth house is your growth. Why? Because eighth to eighth, and we say eighth house is like a alter ego for Lagna. So you will see growth in this house. Ninth house is the dharma from Lagna Lord. 10th house is your karma. 12th is gains, and sorry, 11th is gains, and 12th is again the enjoy houses. So with this we can form a rule in our books that wherever your Lagna Lord goes in each with whatever one of the 12 houses, first whatever the Lagna Lord, first of that is Agni. 2 and 12 houses are the houses where you want to wine and dine. Third house is your product protection, we can say protection, or आपका कवच है. the things from where you will get protection, kavach, जैसे राजा का कवच है. Fourth house is your happiness. Fifth from that is your source of power. Seventh is your fall. Eighth is growth. Ninth is dharma. 10th we all success. 11th is gains. So with this principle in mind, we will try to decode. For example, someone has Lagna Lord in third house. Okay. So we say that the Lagna Lord has gone to the third house. अब आपके पास chart आया है. You have seen that Lagna Lord is in third house. From this basic information, this technique, you can answer so many questions from this one technique, and you don't have to mug up. So we are going to apply the same. Lagna Lord is in third house, so the person will love sibling. Person can be good in writing, especially if it has influence of Mercury or Jupiter. Or we can say that person can have lot of friends, very enterprising, and but at the same time, problem can come from this house also. Too much energy in the third house. Third house is Mathun Bhava, right? We can, or you can have partition problems, or separation problems with a sibling, because it's energy of Sun and Mars, so ego issues can be there with the siblings. That is the first prediction. Now from he will like whom he wants to wine and dine. He will want to, from third, the second house is the natural fourth house. So he wants to wine and dine with his family, with his mother, with his sukha. His sukha is coming from his happy family. Wining and dining is coming from the natural fourth house. What is his protection? What is his parakram? The third from third is the fifth, natural fifth house. So if your Lagna Lord is in third house, your parakram, your protection is coming from knowledge. It can be your students, whom if you are a teacher, your students will give you power, or your children will be your source of power, or your learning can be your source of power, right? And if Lagna Lord is in third house, so where is the happiness? Fourth house is the happiness. So for him, fourth house is 1, 2 is the sixth house. So happiness will come from servants. So we can say, who keeps the servant? Those who are rich. So we can say that the person, if the Lagna Lord is in third house, they are enterprising and they will have lot of servants, or happiness will come from pets, servants. So if someone is having some problem regarding pets, or you can tell them, see, this is your source of happiness, so try to maintain these issues. So if you get the rule that if Lagna Lord is in third house, source of happiness is from servants, or you are a karma yogi, the more you will serve, because sixth house is natural serving house also. Or growth, they want to grow in life, they will form more. That is why it is an enterprising house, who want to grow, who will put in efforts, right? What is the source of fifth house? If it's a source of power, the fifth house. So from the third house, the fifth house is the seventh house. So their source of power is their business or their spouse. And now weakness, sixth house. So we can say from third, the sixth houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the eighth house. So while selecting a doctor, while selecting an astrologer, you should be careful. Or your weakness can be occult. They can be very much interested in occult, right? Where is the fall? It is in the fall is in the fifth house. So from third house, the fall is in the seventh house. So from the third house, the seventh house is the house of dharma. So you can have bad experience in the name of religion, or you may not meet the right teachers, or you can have issues with the teachers, right? Because seventh house is the fall, and from the third house, the seventh house is the natural ninth house of the Kara Purusha. And what is the eighth house? Eighth house is growth. So from the third, the eighth is the 10th house. So the karmas will grow. The person will do lot of the growth is there in the 10th house. So the person will do lot of karmas. What is the dharma of the house? Dharma house, the ninth house is the dharma for third. If Lagna Lord is in third, so your dharma is 11th house, gains. They are very much focused on gains in life. Friends, good friends. That is the karma of the person. And what is from there, what is the 12th house? The 12th house is the 10th house. So what is your success? Your success lies in moksha. Your success lies in meditation. That is why if you read Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, if especially we read the English version of, the English version, if we read, one is by Suresh Chandra Mishra and Girish Chandra Sharma, right? The English version, which we read, if you see that he has written categorically, if the Lagna Lord is in third house, a person becomes very spiritual after the age of 40. So from where we have to find out how the Rishi used to think, because he has written certain shlok, he has written so many shlokas on Bhavesh. There are 144 shlokas on Bhavesh. We just can't mug up. Even if you try, you can't mug up. So we have to understand how he used to think, how the Rishi used to think, how he could decode all these things. So he could decode all those things if we keep this as the base, that the Lagna Lord has got the energy of Agni. So that is why the 12th house from that is the 10th house from third house. The 12th natural house is the 10th house from the third house. So his success lies in meditation, his success lies in spirituality. And what he is gaining, Lagna himself. So with all his efforts, with all his parakram, he is establishing himself. Lagna Lord in third house. That is why we say Pandit Yoga also. See, otherwise, if you go by basic dictums, we say if the Lagna Lord is in Kendra and if the Lagna Lord is in fifth house, it is very good. But I am trying to make you understand another perspective of it. And that is why we celebrate, if you see, the Jagannath Yath Yatra is celebrated when the sun is in Gemini. Right? When the sun is in Gemini, we start the Jagannath Yatra, because the ultimate purpose of all the pomp, show, yatra, chariot, you are making enjoyment, is the ultimate, the last destination is moksha. That by going through all the worldly affairs, ultimately you focus about the 12th house. You do merrymaking, you enjoy everything. But in last, you should go to the 12th house. So I hope you all will be trying to decode now your Lagna Lord. You will try to understand what the nature is telling me. Where is my Lagna Lord? What are the areas I can fall? What are the areas which can be a support to me? And you can work accordingly. It's a beautiful word of astrology. Rishi Parashar has given us some really wonderful sutras, and in the coming lectures we'll try to cover many more. Till then, bye. Thank you.